about to start, and now we've got James versus Chris. James, I believe, is playing Vikavolt, and we've got Tom. I said Chris, didn't I meant Tom. We have Tom on Shadow Rider, as we saw last game. Should be an interesting match this turn, this time round. Or maybe we just see Tom just storm it today.
Yeah.
With a bit of luck, for Tom at least.
I mean,
it's great to see Shadow Rider doing so well in the shop, though. This is the second week in a row where we've just seen it constantly on top table.
yeah. Well, I mean, it makes just like the didnt in general make a deck so good. It's successful the last game, everything else is a bit slower game, bit slower pace. The reason he don't bother with the Shadow Rider. No, sorry, not Shadow Rider. The intent is.
I did confirm before we started. You okay, mate?
Yeah.
I did confirm with them beforehand. I saw the dice roll, and we will be seeing Tom go first and James go in second. Bit of camera shake there. I think somebody just knocked the tripod. Oh, I think that would be James. Yeah. Unfortunately, the rig isn't super secure, so we do get some shake here and there. But for the most part, it seems fine. It seems to work. One day, I'll have to do a video showing off the rig that we've got, because it was relatively cheap. I think in total it cost us about £15 to set up, which is not bad. Oh, we're going to see a Crobat start from James, so that's never what you want to see, and his hand isn't looking too bad. Too good, sorry. Potentially could change if we see the heavy ball go off. But to move the focus, we see Tom has opened a double Shadow Rider and a Mew Star, obviously getting that second one off of the Fog Crystal. Let's see what else he's got for us. Also, guys, the main advantage of this new location is I'm able to be a bit louder. So the main issue we're having is, unless the shop was super full, I wasn't able to speak at full volume. We're equipped turn on the Mewtwo, and I'm going to see a pass. Let's see what James rips off the top.
Right.
He's going to contemplate that heavy ball. I think we may see it used. Yeah. I think this game could be very quickly if he doesn't hit anything.
I mean, he wants to see a Maturaki if you're going with that build.
Okay, yes, we do see the Vikavolt. Thank God. James could have been in a spot of bother, really, if we did not see that. But we're also going to see the shuffle and the cut. Obviously, it is a heavy ball and it is a shuffleable card, and you want to make sure it's truly random. But James's playmat is a bit far back, but we know that's a Vikavolt. He's going to attach the speed energy, which allows him to draw 2. Incredibly good for an energy. It allows him to see a lot more cards, potentially fix that hand. We see a Trekking Shoes. Can't see what it is there in his hand. I don't know why I'm tilting my head.
No, you can't see it.
It is a quick ball, so potentially you could see the Greninja come into play. And then if Greninja comes into play,
if he's running Greninja in that F, Mobile running
he most likely is, because it's a Vikavolt list, and he really wants to get that water energy in the bin, as we saw there. Just because it opens up that Melanie. Potentially even maybe a Lumineon scene play here, just so we can get the Melanie out the deck. Look at this, I'm reading this game like a book, mate.
That Lumineon? Okay.
He's going to play that down. Let's see if he gets the Melanie. I feel like that would be the safest choice. He's going to grab... I think that is a Melanie. It's just a very shiny Melanie.
I think it's a Roxanne. No, definitely not a Roxanne.
Definitely not a Roxanne.
No, well, it's going to be like...
Moving that microphone slightly back. I had to move it away originally because I was too close to it, so I was peeking it. So
yeah.
Nothing malicious going on. You see that draw 3, so we see the switch card. He's able to get that Crobat out of the active, get that attack off with the Vikavolt, which will lock Tom out of using items and stadiums.
I will look it up.
Okay, we'll look it up. So his main attack, at the very least, he's going to be doing 50 damage and locked him out of items. I think that's the main reason you want to play that card. So could affect Tom using Quick Balls to maybe find a Lumineon to get a Judge, or we're going to see an Ultra Ball. His turn's not quite done yet. It's not quite done.
Type in Yu-Gi-Oh, not Pokemon.
Oh, Regieleki V. So the Regieleki, just the V, actually might be really pivotal in this game, for the pure fact that deduction of 100 damage means that Tom has to play 4 extra energy just to hit that 100. Obviously, Tom then will be hitting 120, but the damage reduction just means that, you know, Tom's only hitting 20 for 4 energy, and, you know, in a match like that, that's pretty huge. But yeah, we are going to see that 50, and Tom can no longer use items this turn. We have a lightning energy, and we see the Regieleki VMAX, I think that was. It was a gold card.
Yeah, Regieleki.
But I think just the V is good in this matchup for the pure fact that it will just hurt Tom's damage output, and that's really what he wants to do here. I like how Gudra does against Shadow Rider, because Gudra's, you know, just wants that reduction of damage, make them commit more resources, because then when you take that knockout on the active, they're then down energy, and that's more energy they've got to recoup to try and hit it, and then also Gudra can heal. But obviously, we're not seeing that matchup, we're just seeing the Regieleki, so I think just going in with the V may be the shout here. But, you know, I am wondering what Chris is cooking up. I keep calling him Chris, James.
Yeah, James.
It's because that last game,
yeah.
This is literally immediately after we just cast the first round, obviously.
What do you find Buggies? Vikavolt.
Vikavolt.
Try to read up.
Okay, so we're going to see Tom use that Adventure Discovery, go grab 2 VMAXs and a V, get that draw train going. Maybe Tom just had too hot of a start, really, for that Vikavolt to be effective against him. Which is a little disappointing, because it's very good in today's meta game, you know, stopping the Lugia from discarding the Aerodactyls.
Yeah,
also hitting it for weakness. And stopping Lost Box from getting going. You know, this is the power that we see of Vikavolt normally, but this is a very obscure matchup for it. We're going to see the VMAX come down. So the VMAX just buffs the damage of the Vikavolt. So going to be hitting a few higher numbers. Though I probably, again, I know I've said this, but I'll say it again. I would have liked to see the damage reduction of the of the Regieleki V. Yeah, that minus 100 makes it very difficult for Tom to hit it for effective damage. Really.
I mean, Regieleki in the pre-release was horrible.
Yeah. It's our pre-release for Silver Tempest. It was an absolutely astronomical card. Like,
yeah,
stopping 100 damage in pre-release is nuts.
Yeah. Okay, got it up. Paralyzed both. Junior opponent turn. That turn, I can't buy any item cards from hand.
Oh, so it's just item cards. Okay.
And then the Super Sack do 190. Discard energy from the Pokemon. So.
Yeah.
Ideally, if you want to
So he hit him for 50 this turn. He's got the extra 30, I believe, from the VMAX. So if he hits him with a Paralyzed Bolt, he's just shy of taking a knockout, unfortunately. But we may see... Does a Zapdos fix the math anymore? I don't think it does. But the advantage that James has here is that Tom hasn't actually equipped any more energy next turn, so his energy attachments are limited to 4, which I know is nuts for energy. But if he can use that Paralyzing Bolt again, he could potentially stop Tom switching this active one out, which again could be key in just keeping this Vikavolt alive. Keeping that Vikavolt alive. Going to use the concealed cards on the lightning, so maybe that's not the route he's going to take.
I mean, the item walk is the way to go in this matchup.
I don't think it particularly is, but I think given the situation that he's in at the moment, it could benefit him.
Give him like enough time.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. But then I would have liked to see that energy go down on potentially a Vikavolt, not Vikavolt, a Regieleki. Like I say, I think the V here is a lot more useful than people would give it credit for. Immediately see the judge from Tom. He's gonna whack that back in the deck and draw 4. Hopefully you can see some energy. I really want to see just how far Tom can take this next turn. Because we saw it last week, and you know we kind of saw it in game 1, where you can go from 0 energy to 6 million in just a turn. If he finds out the VMAX as well, that only makes it even better, really.
He have to put to take care or do the impacts on the board.
Yeah, especially considering he didn't hit that Vikavolt last turn. Oh, a little bit of a blunder with the cut there. I think it's fine. The randomness has not changed.
With a cozy area up here.
It is nice and cozy. I like it. We've nicknamed this little section my office, but all it is really is just a spare space above the stairs.
Yeah. Fair play to chocolate chairs. We might do a bit more. We make it more.
We
bigger.
could make it a little bit more roomy, like potentially decorate this back wall a little bit.
Yeah.
Because as nice as these are, we don't have
good.
the distance really or the elevation to really show them off.
Probably get like some couple comfy chairs, and then after that we could be pop commentators.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
I mean, I've already got the suit on today.
And I just wear typical work hoodie and went for it.
Exactly. The suit was not for this. I had other things before this. But, you know, I think it seems fitting for a caster.
See, it's good. Pop like getting ready to go Pokemon that, and then commentate Pokemon that.
Exactly. So, okay, so I don't think we saw a attachment to the active VMAX. Probably because it's damaged. He didn't see the attachment because, you know, he doesn't want to go in with this VMAX if it's already damaged. You don't want to commit all those resources to it. You probably want to just find a way of switching this out of the active right now and going with the other one. Obviously, he couldn't do that last turn because of the Paralyzing Bolt. And I think if last round was anything to go by, I think we're going to see the Paralyzing Bolt again. If not, we may see him take the knockout. No, I think that is the Paralyzing Bolt going through. I'll give credit where credit's due. Casters, you know, for regionals, all that, they do really well, considering they cannot actually hear the game, just knowing what's going on. Okay, so we're going to see, again, that Underworld door drawing to.
However, not what they talk, like 11 hour straight.
Yeah, talking 11 hours straight. I don't know how they do it.
No.
You know, we did that first round, that was like 40 minutes, and I needed a drink after that. My throat was really dry. Gonna see the research, getting rid of all those resources. I think Tom's just going like, you know what? I'm not finding it.
Try to dig to get all the energy attached to it, everything out.
Yeah, because I think the only way he's really dealing with this Vikavolt right now is knocking it out, really, or just waiting for that VMAX to be knocked out.
Okay, he was gonna attach it to that wall move fee. Have I turned him to move VMAX? That is the correct play. Because the move fee draw, sorry, you call it VMAX. Fee draw is the perfect. Like a perfect one tap because he bent with fees so that he can activate the fee draw ability. You want him to only have to go like pop wide doing that 192 down bends or something. Like maybe a bend popper.
You're going to see a Temple of Sinnoh. So, actually kind of key in this matchup because that Temple of Sinnoh is going to switch off those Speed Lightning, which does affect the draws of this deck because, you know, it wants to be drawing. It's one of those decks that, it draws off from concealed cards, the Lightning Energy primarily. Obviously has supporters.
Which I'd seen them key pieces, what you need.
Yeah, exactly. He really needs to keep up the tempo because you saw the energy attachment to the active last turn from Tom. And that's Tom saying, like, Luke, if you don't knock me out, I'm gonna take 2 prizes off you. And when you're playing a deck that doesn't hit as hard as a VMAX deck as the Shadow Rider VMAX, you kind of need to get those early prizes in. So,
however, Temple of Sinnoh is hit V-Guard energy.
It has hurt his V-Guard, yes. But I don't think Tom at the moment is too worried about the damage that is being dished out from this Vikavolt. It's very low. You don't use it for the damage, you use it for the effect. The damage is just a nice bonus.
Going to attack.
He can't attack, he needs 3 energy.
Counting how much damage
I think he's trying to see what abilities he's used this turn to attach energy. Just to see if we can get one more attachment and maybe an attachment per turn. With the amount of energy that goes down on a Shadow Rider deck, it's very hard to keep up as is. So, okay, we've seen a bit down. Okay, we're gonna see a switch card. from... Maybe going to see the Aqua return this turn. Is that possible?
Oh, he passed.
Okay, that's a very questionable decision. I'm not entirely sure why.
Don't know what he...
Because that Mewtwo is able to just do 120 anyway. Maybe it was because he just does not have the energy in hand and that to equip to the Vikavolt or equip to the Regieleki, so he's just trying to give up those prizes, keep those energies. But Mewtwo's V-Star ability allows him to do damage anywhere.
It's all three Pokemon. It's all three Pokemon. So basically, he can put 120 on the Crobat.
Yeah.
On all of them, set for the Greninja.
Very useful ability. He's not out of the woods. There's the Ultra Ball. Obviously, we didn't see the Paralyzing Bolt, so Tom's able to fully utilise those equipment in hand now. Maybe just doing a deck check. No, he's going to get the other VMAX. I completely forgot he needed another VMAX. So a very slow game so far. Really, we haven't really seen too much going on. We're still at 6 prizes, and we're like 15 minutes in. But this is just trying to see Tom navigate his way around the wall, the floodgate that Vikavolt is, and maybe James trying to find his way around that Temple of Sinnoh, not being able to draw.
Yeah.
You never know. But Tom seems to be off the races now. We're seeing a lot of energy being committed here, a lot of energy indeed. Okay, he's going to use the V-Star ability to use the attack, and that's going to be a little bit of damage everywhere.
Test for the active?
I think it's to all your opponent's Vs. Yes, it is. So obviously this could be very devastating for James, just purely since he cares a lot about that Regieleki at the moment. His damage, he's buffing its damage. It gives away 3 prizes at the same time. So hopefully he's able to dig himself sort of out of this hole, get some attacks going, and really start punishing Tom. I think just missing that knockout on that VMAX is kind of costing him, because Tom definitely has the tempo now. He's got a lot of damage on the board, he's got a lot of energy down, and he's also got that Mewtwo that can just plop damage wherever it wants. So potentially we could see him take, sorry, not plop it wherever it wants, to the active, but he has a very high skill deal with that. Please don't draw. No, he's just going to attach it as a colourless. Okay. So these are the fun things about local tournaments, because this matchup you would probably never see at a regional tournament.
No.
You would never see Vikavolt versus Shadow Rider VMAX. You're going to see the boss on that Vikavolt. So that is James's only attack that he's got set up, because obviously that lightning energy is doing nothing. Oh, that's why he switched out of it. I completely forgot it was a lightning energy. Well, we're looking at this from a bird's eye view, and it's not the clearest, unfortunately. No. So yeah, that's why he retreated. Okay, that makes more sense. His hand is looking pretty dead as well. Going to see the switch. Potentially trying to preserve the energy off that Mewtwo, because obviously you do discard energy when you attack with his primary attack. So just not having to reload it, and just saying, you know what,
no,
I think the Shadow Rider is going to do the job, and with the energy on board, it definitely will do.
Yeah.
Going to take out James's only real setup attacker until he can bump that Temple of Sinnoh.
We're going to keep him till later on when he needs.
There we go. And there is the first 2 prizes taken of this game. Really opens the gates now because the pressure's on. Pressure is really on. Tom has shown us his hand and he's kind of loaded up right now.
Loaded up, yeah. It got perfect.
Okay, gonna see the Melanie come through. Maybe that's what James was waiting for, just use that Melanie, get some draw, because obviously his lightning turned off. The Regieleki, by the way, also has a free retreat cost. So if you're wondering why I put it in the active, it's because you can just retreat it, go into that Vikavolt. So if he's able to bounce that stadium, could be crucial in getting back into this game. Obviously, he has that Shadow Rider that is weak. You can knock that out. and potentially see another avenue going forward. There we go. There we see the stadium bump. And we could again just see these avenues taken to try and get back into this game. He takes a 3 prize right now. It could swing some momentum, and then potentially he can boss up something that's already damaged. Maybe go boss onto the Minion, or something of a similar nature. I think it's just going to be a paralysing bolt for this turn, which is very unfortunate because Tom is able to just knock this out in return. I think he's got enough energy to do so. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. Yeah, 210, 240, 26. 270. Got 270 damage on board. Even more now, 300. He's able to knock out a VMAX almost. And again, this just is the power of Shadow Rider, just being able to dump those energy, buff your damage, while also drawing cards. The only caveat is normally that it is a 3 prize, and we're going to see the scoop from James. I think he just realised that, you know, that Temple of Sinnoh, it stopped me attacking, it really messed me up. And well, let's go to game 2, and I'll keep that in mind. And you know, because he had him in decent, he was doing decent at floodgating him to begin with. He was keeping Tom at bay almost, and that VMAX going down early. If James could have got that down early, then he stood a very good chance in this game. Just because all he had to do then is, you know, he was one shot in the Luminion because of weakness, and then all he had to do was just prime down any other Pokemon. But unfortunately, that Temple of Sinnoh came down at the right time, the perfect time, just to stop him attacking, stop him taking those 3 prizes, and just allowing Tom to use items and really get things going. But we'll have to see how game 2 goes. It's not over yet. As we saw, James did really well early game. So we could see a 3-game series. That was by no means a landslide. But you admire we'll admire the V-Star mark as well. We'll wait. You have that Arceus one on Tom's side, and you have the Mudkip one on James's side. I think Tom actually custom did these for a few people in the shop, and they look absolutely class, I must say. If you're taking this to a regionals, you're definitely going to get a few comments on how good they look. I'll tell you that much. Okay, and then also, you know, we're kind of showing off all the good playmats today as well. Like last week, it was very much the same. So we got the Liverpool regionals one on the side of Tom, and then we have the Zoroark, Hisuian Zoroark team challenge one on the side of James. Something you don't get to appreciate too often. It's just how good some of these playmats look. And I didn't catch who was going to go first or second, but we are going to see a mulligan from Tom. Is that a mulligan? No, it's not. James has a basic. So drawing that one extra card can really help James in this situation. Because you know, you're a deck that wants to dig. You want to find everything that you need early game. Whereas, you know, you don't have many avenues to do that. You're heavily focused on those lightning energies, on your Greninja, just to get really quick. And you know, your main draw supporter is Melanie, and you can't do that if you don't have an energy in the bin. So that one card could just help him get through the deck and really start opening this game up. I think maybe Tom's going to be a bit more cautious this game and think, okay, well, he had me in a lock early on, let's just get through the items now, do what I need to do, don't try and save it. Just because it could be very integral to how he progresses in this game. Is that? No, I think we see 2 Shadow Riders in Tom's hand. And you know what? He's going to bench them both. He's going to be like, you know what? Got 2. The exact same Pokemon. Do what you want. I don't care if you escape route me. And then we see the good sportsmanship, fist bump, as always. Just gotta remember, are these people playing against each other? They are actually friends. You know, we have a very good community in the shop like that. So, you know, good solid fist bump. You know, it's good etiquette anyway. We're going to immediately see a Vikavolt down on the side of James, and Tom's turn was very quick. It was literally just bench those 2, weapon energy, that's it. We see a trekking shoes, and just another way to dig through the deck. Not a primary way, like we were saying before, But it is good support. In my list that I took to Liverpool, I found the Ballistic was very inconsistent, so just slapping 4 of these in very often made a world of difference. Gain some energy in the bin and drawing an extra card very often. Is that an Energy Surge? I think it is an Energy Surge. It's a very old card. I'm not as familiar with the print on these cards. On the old cards. It's going to find a Water Edges yet, so I believe it was an Energy. Again, a very dry throat. This game's been interesting. It's been a lot to talk about. Okay, so find that Water Energy. I think he's just giving it a good shuffle now. Potentially setting up for a Melanie. We'll have to see about that one. Potentially. You never know. If you can get that Water Energy in the bin, then we're off to the races, really. You can see a Melanie. Potentially see that lock of the Vikavolt turn 1 if you can switch this Regieleki, because the V does have a retreat cost, whereas the V start doesn't. The VMAX, sorry, doesn't. Okay, so we see the quick balls. That Water Energy is in the bin. Gonna use that Luminion again just to grab that Melanie. Such a powerful combo, especially if you don't find that Melanie in your opening hand. Just being able to get the Luminion, search for the Melanie, get 3 extra draws out of it, and get that Water Energy. Really useful, really good combo, really well thought out. But obviously that does also mean he has a very weak 2-pricer just sitting on his bench. Something Tom may look to target down if he doesn't just target down the VMAXs. You never know. Also, I do, again, I will apologise for the lighting in here. It is not brilliant over in this corner, but we'll sort this out. Work in progress. These streams are always a work in progress, or will be a work in progress for a good while. So yeah, we're going to see that Melanie play. Melanie, equip, draw 3, and we did also see another trekking shoes in the hands of James. So he's going to be able to draw, maybe see 2 more cards. One if he really likes the card, which could be that switch out. Is that a Forest Sealstone? Gonna discard it. Didn't quite see what it was. A trekking shoes into a trekking shoes. You'll love to see it. Gonna keep whatever it was there. I believe it was a V. It looked very shiny. Yeah, there we go. It was the Regieleki V. How to tell if it's a V? It's shiny. Okay. So he's gone through quite a bit of his deck right now. So we see the equip turn there. Choice Spark going on the Vikavolt. That will help him get that early game aggression, that early game damage down. Only supplemented, supplemented further by the VMAXs. Also coming down, which buff damage. We'll have to see if he can search it. Forest Sealstone coming down. Okay, that'll help him search for the switch out that he needs. He's using the Stormy Mountains first, so the Stormy Mountains is going to let him search for a V, a Lightning or Dragon Pokemon. And this time it's going to be the Lightning. I don't believe he runs any Dragon cards in his deck. But we're going to see another Vikavolt. Definitely crucial to have more than one attacker down. But again, I wouldn't be too confused if I saw James just using that Regieleki V attack to minus the 100. But I don't think this is currently part of his game plan. Especially early game, if you can get that chip damage down on the Vs, using the Vikavolt, stopping Tom from using the equipment, the items. And just really trying to block him out this game until he's able to get further, progress further. I think somebody's just put... he's flipped it down, so he has a very nice Mudkip card underneath. That's very cute. I like that. We're very well thought out. But, although I can't see the timer, we are about to hit the 30-minute mark. We've got 30 seconds around about until we hit that. So, they're going to have to play this game very quickly, or we could be seeing a draw. But we are on game 2. Let's not forget that we did the first game. It lasted about 15 minutes, 15-20 minutes. So maybe time is not his effort. I think Tom is just having a look at that Mudkip. Just trying to appreciate things. And like I say, everybody's friendly here, so it's not considered time wasting. It's not considered this. He's just curious. Be friends. Okay, I think again we're just going to see that paralyzing bolt. It's going to hit for 80 this time because of the choice belt. Straight research from Tom. That's gotta hurt. And we did have a handful of items, and that paralyzing bolt is gonna change things for him. See that Temple of Sinnoh? I do believe that it's only basic energy down right now for James. It isn't doing a whole lot. It isn't stopping his strategy. But we see the double VMAX come down. What a research that was. Underworld Door is gonna get him 2 more energy. 2 more, sorry, not 2 more energy, 2 more cards and an energy, sorry. You use a Fog Crystal. I would expect to see another basic energy being searched. If not, maybe another Shadow Rider. Okay, I think Tom just put it into his hand and didn't actually didn't display it. But again, it's a friendly environment. So I think James is going to be like, right, okay, I forgive you, don't do it again. Well, that's what you'd hope. So we're going to see the Temple of Sinnoh played down now. It's going to turn off those speed lightnings again. So although the Vikavolt can still attack next turn, it's still not optimal. The fact that James has got 1 less draw engine in his deck now, essentially. We're going to see the Eternatus come down as well. So I think Tom's going, Luke, I'm not attacking this turn. I may as well just get set up for next turn so I can really start powering these energies out. Really get to a point where James is forced to either deal big damage or kind of get locked out of this game, kind of find himself kind of down almost. And then maybe Tom's also like, okay, he has the potential to maybe knock me out next turn. I need to get some more VMAXs, otherwise I'm just stuck with a lone VMAX. And the energy acceleration isn't going to be great. And you don't want to be committing all that energy to the one. We are going to see the water attachment energy down that Regieleki. So maybe this is James's plan. He's maybe going to try and knock out this first VMAX and just go in with that Regieleki. Bit more tanky than it's a bit more tanky than that Vikavolt, so he can possibly survive a hit and probably he can win the prize trade that way. But again, we've seen Tom use it before. He's used that VMAX to the V-Star on the Mew to really skew that prize race, going 3-2-3. So essentially forcing him into a 7 prize game.
That was a mad things. Knackered. Right, what have I missed? Next game 2.
This is game 2.
Okay. Can I get Tom?
The Temple of Sinnoh really came in clutch for Tom last game. It helped him. Good. You're not supposed to be rooting for anybody here.
I'm new to this, leave me alone.
Okay. We're going to see the V-Star down. I think it was just, again, a paralysing bolt on the side of James.
He judged as well.
Judging as well, getting rid of that hand. And like I say, with that Temple of Sinnoh down, the judge is really gonna affect James because he has less options now to draw out of this. And with the right hand now, Tom could potentially knock out this Vikavolt. If he can ramp up that damage enough, that's gonna be 2 prizes, and it's also gonna be James stuck with no attacker for next turn, unless again he pulls off that Lightning Energy Melanie play, which we could see. It's not impossible.
Never impossible.
They're going to draw the 4 off of the judge. Okay, just another pass on the side of James. He does have another Regieleki VMAX in play. That's going to buff the damage even further from this Vikavolt. It's going to bump the Sinnoh as well.
That is a massive turnaround.
Okay, Energy Search coming out. Possibly getting the lightning. To attach to that Regieleki VMAX that he's powering up at the moment.
GOG one as well.
It is. It confused me when he played the first one. It's an old art. I'm not too good with old art anyway. But I'm liking the atmosphere today. I can hear a little bumble downstairs. I said I'm liking the atmosphere. I can hear a lot of bumble coming from downstairs.
Bumble, not like earful of.
Yeah. It's a nice locals.
Yeah, nice locals.
Can see Chris and Oliver down there. They're just playing. Seems
I
like they're having a
see
very
a door.
intense game.
I can see a shop door. So
you can see a shop door.
Any like naughty kid came in so I can sort him out. I like it up here.
It's nice, isn't it? It's cozy.
Yeah, nice cozy for now.
We're gonna have to try and get some comfy chairs up here, though.
Chairs,
comfy chairs will make it a nice display out of this. We could really utilise this room a bit better, I feel like. But so far, it's been pretty good.
Yeah, I will have a word with the owner.
With the owner.
Wait, I am owner today.
You are the owner today. We're gonna see that Shadow Rider go down. That Regieleki VMAX is really put some work in there. Like the damage buff that they gain just means that Paralyzing Bolt hurts more and more, and that Choice Belt as well. We do see though, like predicted, that Mewtwo V-Star coming up again hits that big numbers. It's a bit more resource intensive than the Shadow Riders because obviously with the Shadow Riders that energy sticks around, but it doesn't so much with the Mewtwo unless he uses that V-Star power.
I mean, I can know what Tom's gonna do. Activate the feature ability.
Yeah, ping down his board.
Ping down his board. Ping down board 120, and then after that he can go. Yeah, set up until get load of one tap. Yeah, he's doing it now.
And again, it just skews that prize race for James that little bit more, makes it that little bit more annoying. He now has to go through this 2-prizer, unless he can boss around it, or potentially knock out the 2-prizer, go for the Eternatus.
I mean, he have to boss up the Mew fee, and then he can find a way to one-tap it.
Yeah, that is the avenue. Like, it makes it difficult, it skews the prize race, and we can see what Tom's going for, but you know what I'm not seeing at the moment? I'm not seeing a lot of energy on the side of Tom.
No.
I'm not seeing that.
A bit of lacking with energy. However, on that I don't know what happened in the game previously.
Yeah. Oh, we see the speed lining. This could be huge. It means that he's probably...
Oh, he got boss as well in his hand.
He found the boss as well.
Brought up the... okay. I would go for a Mew.
Is he able to knock this out?
I would go for a Mew. Because Mew with 2
I would probably go for the Mew V and then use the second boss on that Eternatus.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know.
I mean, he provided or 2-2-2 or 3-3-3. He's
going to use that Stormy Mounted. So potentially, maybe the avenue he wants to go down here is get as much damage down on this one Shadow Rider as possible. And then...
come back now.
Yeah, get as much damage down on the Shadow Rider now and potentially just boss it up full game later on. Because the disadvantage, again, of playing these VMAX decks is your prizes are just 2 of your Pokemon go down and that's the end. That's it. Boss is not your best friend if you're playing a VMAX deck.
None against Mew. Mew hated.
Yeah.
Mew hated because of...
Is he a Paralyzing Bolt? But to be fair, Tom might not actually find it out to getting this out of the act. Especially with Paralyzing Bolt down. He doesn't have access to his Switch cards. He has access to Air Balloon, I believe. No, he doesn't have them because it's an item card until the rotation.
Oh,
that's gonna be a game 3. James made that game look easy. He made that round look easy.
With 10 minutes left as well on the timer.
They've got 10 minutes left to play that game 3 out. And yeah, as Tom was showing there, right at the end, he had the switches in hand. He just could not use them, and that's the power of Vikavolt.
Yeah.
When you're using those Regieleki VMAXs to buff the damage, and then you're using the Choice Belt as well, and then you put down a Paralyzing Bolt, that locks you out of the game, that makes it so much more difficult to do anything. It makes it insanely difficult.
I mean, thank God, anyway, we don't got electric power. More like 30 more damage on the electric Pokemon.
Yeah. You just found a sticker on the laptop.
Yeah. I got Marnie on my phone.
So this is a very interesting game. You know, I saw that game 1 and I was very much like, is James going to struggle in this game too? Is he going to struggle? And he comes out looking almost stronger than Tom did after game 1, really.
This matter here pop interests me because I don't know what both decks actually do. Because basically, Pat, my time.
So Shadow Rider does extra damage for
Yeah.
each energy. So I think it's
Yeah.
30 more for each energy.
On the
But then
board.
he's putting that Mewtwo V Union
Yeah,
down,
so
which
track it up.
does 90 per
90.
energy you discard from it. It has to be Psychic to your opponent's Pokemon, or its V-Star does 120 to each of your opponent's V and VMAXs. So it's kind of like Earthen Sealstone, but way easier to pull off, really.
And then after that, Vikavolt it dropped.
Oh no, we're going to see another Crobat open from James. We saw this game 1. I hope that's just...
okay, he dropped hard pass.
If that's... I mean...
Oh, okay.
This could be a very tricky game for the pair of them, to be honest. Yeah, Tom's hand's not looking too great there. Stormy Mountains is going to be good.
There we go.
This is going to get...
Vikavolt.
This is going to get the Vikavolt. If he has a Speed Line in, that's 2 more cards. You know, the Melanie, and we can we could potentially see that lock again. He's pulled it off 2 games so far, and if he's able to just pull that off now, when Tom's... For the first game today, kind of dead drew, kind of open really bad. We've seen like 1 to 2 Shadow Riders come down in the first turn, and you know we even had the Eternatus in one of the games, so we had 4 Shadow Riders down turn 1.
Tom might actually like maybe pull a trump card and like pop a thing to the opponent. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm bricks. Pass, tap empty, pass.
But I don't think there's that much benefit for him in this, because you want to get those Shadow Riders down. Otherwise, accelerating to your Mewtwo is going to be very, very slow. He does obviously have... He could go the V-Star power and then go into an attack, but then he's getting rid of all his energy. He really needs to pop off this game. We'll get maybe an uphill battle, but neither of them have had an excellent start. Like, opening that Crobat is just...
Oh. Okay.
Okay, Trekking Shoes into Trekking Shoes.
Into more Trekking Shoes?
He could open his own shop. He's looked at that card, he's looking at his hand intently, and he's like, do I keep that?
Ultra Ball?
It looks like an Ultra Ball that he's just discarded. So maybe he's got everything that he needs in hand, right?
Ultra Ball?
Ultra Ball 2 waters away. Okay, are we going to see the Lumineon for the 3rd game in a row? What? Get the Lumineon to get the Melanie.
Melanie chatted onto your
Vikavolt.
Draw 3.
We're good. I think we're seeing it. I think we're seeing it. The rate this deck pulls this combo off is insane. It's kind of like your classic open.
And if you got like a set card, Air Balloon, you got Perfect Up, so basically on top, basically Tom breaks, so basically you can force him in that trick situation.
Yeah. Because, you know, we saw Tom's hand before and a lot of it looked like items. So he's going to draw the 3. 1, 2, 3. We're going to see that's the Forest Seal Stone.
Okay, he got set up perfect. Right,
oh my god! Oh. James has gone from 0 to hero in 1 turn. You know, we started on that Crobat, and I'm
on set cards. Oh, Tom got nothing. Tom got nothing.
Tom's got nothing.
Tom got nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
He's got absolutely nothing. Okay, the Forest Seal come down. Probably, you know, we could see it used now to help set up, get that Regieleki V. Because he knows Tom's behind, so potentially getting that Regieleki V.
Keep it until later when he needs a supporter or needs a certain card to code the game completely.
I think there was an argument for saving it. I think there's an argument for keeping it. It all just depends. We're going to see a research from Tom.
And loads of items.
That is a lot of items.
And he inside right there.
Oh my god, that was... He can do the attack that puts 100 damage, 120 on each right now. And that does actually prime him. That research was very good for him. He got 2 Shadow Riders off that as well. Unfortunately, that Vikavolt only doing 30 damage to the last turn, so it's not really pressuring him at the moment. He's going to use his V-Star ability. That's 120 onto each Pokemon V. You know, maybe James is just like... Phew, I'm kind of glad you didn't bench those Regielekis.
You do want to bench him?
But you know what I'm thinking right now? I'm thinking we see the Regieleki V go in.
Yeah.
I really want to see it because it's such a good strategy now.
Yeah.
Especially when Tom's playing from so far behind. It's a great strategy for just...
I mean, we need 2 energy to pull it off.
I think it's 3.
Let's find out. Can we see it from here? think it's 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
Yeah.
So it's a lightning, 2 colourless. So all it is like an equip for turn and then a Melanie equip for turn. Next turn. Takes 2 to set up. But, you know, he's got that Paralysing Bolt. So it's see him through till then. And then that minus 100 damage could see him through. But at the same time, we saw him utilise it really well in that game 2 to just buff that damage. You see the Serena come in. He's going to Serena up the Shadow Rider. Okay, so it doesn't have energy on it, and we know the main pivot card in these decks is Switch for Shadow Rider. So if you can turn off that Switch, turn off that air balloon, while this Shadow Rider is kind of shrouded in the active, and just maybe ignore that Mew for now. Just ignore it, and I mean, potentially take a KO on it, which would limit him, but then he does open himself up to that Mewtwo attack. But then if you're trading 2 for 2, do you really care? Especially when you're so far ahead. We'll have to see what he's doing. I think.
Can he read the item mark again?
I think maybe that was a Paralysing Bolt. Yes, it was just a Paralysing Bolt. Like I say, it's going to be very hard for Tom to get this out of the active. So he may just have to say, look, I need to attack with this. I need to just take it for what it is. Maybe even Shadow Mist him.
I'll walk him out of.
Just no more special energy for you.
Ultradium.
That seems like an Adventure Discovery. If you see me move my head when I'm trying to see over the glare, it's because the laptop screen slightly dims from this perspective. So it helps me see a little bit through that glare. Okay, so we're seeing the Lumineon, a Shadow V, and a Mewtwo V. Perhaps has those VMAXs in hand. Lumineon to research, to get through the deck, try and get set up, try and just like feel his way out of this item like that he's seeing. Normally we don't actually see too many items used by Shadow Rider, but those few items that it does use can often be pivotal. Okay, but it's also coming down to the wire, right? So there's 3 minutes left on this round, I believe. If not, there's probably like 3 minutes 30 seconds.
1 minute.
So
let's double check, shall we? Near the door.
I'll let you double check.
Time was called.
Time was called. Oh, we're only doing 45 minutes. So, unfortunately, I think we are just going to see a tie here, but this is such an interesting matchup. I would have loved to see them play this out and just see who can take the dub home, really. But after a very dominant first game from Tom, we see a very dominant game from James, and now we kind of see both of them kind of at this meeting point of it's anybody's game. We have James threatening taking 2 prizes. We have Tom threatening to take prizes. It's all up in the air at the moment, and you know I'd love to see this play out, especially since time will be called. I believe this is this is turn 1, then we'll have Tom turn 2, and then we'll have James turn 3. And I feel like it's probably impossible for either of them to win at this point, unless we see something nuts from Tom. But maybe not. Oh, it's actually playable. I completely. Oh no, it's not. Sorry, James has only taken. It has taken 0 prizes. That is completely my fault. We see the hand gestures. I think that's a declaration of attack. Item lock continues, making this game last. Really putting the pressure down on Tom now. Like, you may have to attack. I think the Eternatus has come down as a joke, because he can't fetch no more VMAXs. He can't make any more VMAXs now. I think he's realised, I ain't winning, you ain't winning. I'm just going to pass. There we go. We see the handshake, and I feel like that is going to be the tie. Interesting match. I like I say, after seeing that game 1, I thought, you know, the dominance of Tom, the Shadow Rider, just beat down onto James. I thought, he's got this in the bag. But then we saw James come out and dominate Tom. And then we see a tie. These decks, I feel like, are very equally matched. More equally matched than you would see on paper. But yeah, guys, that was round 2, a very exciting round, probably one of the most exciting rounds I've been able to cast so far. So yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in round 3.